Ukiura, this is relevant if Yami truly is the strongest. Ukiura claims his second release is a secret held from even Aizen. Ukiura's number completely vanishes from his body when he transforms, meaning he has surpassed Yami's second.
He said it. He said it. He said it. He regressed. Oh my god. Bro.
Okay. So Hollyville is the strongest now because her number disappears.
Start the strongest. Bargon the strongest. Silopero the strongest. Zomari the strongest.
Grimjow's the strongest.
Yeah. I think quite literally all of them except for Yami disappears.
And I think Noitora too, because it's on his tongue.
It's on his tongue, but I don't think we see like his tongue again, like just out and we see its number. I don't know if we like see it.
Guess by that logic, Yami is the weakest, man. On God.
True, you can still see his number. He is number 10.
He retained his number.
Completely vanishes from his body when he transforms, meaning he has surpassed Yami's second release, as his number does not vanish, regardless of an increase in power. Yami
explicitly says, I'm the only Espada whose rank changes when entering my release form. It vanishing for Ukiura, Hollyville, literally anyone else.
Wait, hold up, no. That literally, wait, hold up. Yang, that literally means, like, yeah, Noitora as well. Like, well, no, never mind. No, that was dumb. That was dumb of me. But regardless, though, that proves, like, checkmate. You can't make this argument. Because he is the only Espada whose rank changes with Resurrection. So none of the others change their position in the Espada by going into Resurrection. Quite literally, because their number does not change. And we know for a fact that the Espada are ranked based off of their Resurrection as well. Because Yami is still in Espada and goes to another number by going into Resurrection. So we know for a fact they're based off of their Resurrection. So this argument quite literally, objectively, logically does not work unless you are doing mental gymnastics. You're doing mental gymnastics.
Hold on. I want to play devil's advocate for CLYDE right here real quick with the same IQ as him, but what if Yami is just not smart enough to know that's not the case?
You know,
that honestly is the CLYDE type argument.
Because I think he has said before that, like, oh, Yami, oh, he can. I could be wrong if CLYDE specifically said this, but people that argue this Ukiura Yami thing, whenever we try to bring up, like, oh, you know, Yami said that, oh, everyone else who fought Ichigo, they're trash, and Ichigo doesn't really argue against it. They're like, oh, well, Yami's stupid. He doesn't know how to sense things. How will he know how strong they are? Like, that does sound like a CLYDE type thing, you know?
Yeah. Prideful, you are dead on for a CLYDE type argument.
Look, in BBS, he at least lost his number. Look at this. Hold on.
Mayuri is curious about dissecting him. Hollows are way more common to find than Quincy are, and yet he was interested in dissecting Yami over initially meeting Uryu. When it was said Quincy were almost wiped out entirely, which means that Uryu would be, you know, one of the last remaining. Interesting. Along with this, Mayuri makes a joke that
he literally says, "I've already dissected y'all, so I'm not interested."
He's dissected 2,000 Quincy's. He was just thinking, oh, this is just another Quincy to the pile.
Yeah.
Like, at first he had no reason to think there was anything special about Uryu to distinguish him from other Quincy's he dissected.
That Yami could potentially get larger, adding to the rage power-up ability he has, and, you know, Yami confirms that, hey, the more angry you make me, the stronger and bigger I'm going to get. And this actually goes back to what Bargon talked about, where he explains that the aspects of death
all these characters are 1,000-year blood
usually a lot of
war
League fans think
too.
that the aspects of death are just purely a title attached to their name, like, oh, well, you know, Ukiura is meant to be a nihilistic character. No,
is he gonna use? He doesn't know the arguments, bro. He doesn't know how these actually impact their powers. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what hacks against.
I just realized if you go by his logic here, every character in this arc is like top tier to 1,000-year blood war.
Yep.
Noitora is meant to be.
He doesn't think anybody gets stronger.
Despair. Grimjow is meant to be destruction. Bargon actually states that these aspects of death actually give uniqueness to each Espada, regardless
Literally,
of
the
their
Espada would be stomping.
This would explain why Grimjow seems so much stronger than just the rank of 6, and Bargon's aspect of death correlates directly with his own power of aging. If you actually look at when Grimjow fights Shinji, Shinji states that he is actually taking Grimjow seriously and that he's going to hold back nothing with his holified Zero that he fires at Grimjow. And keep this in mind too, when he's fighting Grimjow, Grimjow has one arm. He just finished being hurt by Ichigo, yet he can still fire a Zero back at Shinji, block that Zero, survive the attack, right? Also keep up with Shinji in the battle, and then he's about to use his Resurrection to take him seriously. I don't believe that Shinji is a good opponent for Grimjow, in the sense that if he uses his inverted world ability, there's no way that Grimjow's gonna...
Bro. This Shinji scales nowhere. Quite literally. He scales nowhere. They were just training with Ichigo. He scales nowhere. What does Shinji do before this? Well, nah, he does have a really good feat actually. He dogs freaking Hallfight Ichigo during their training. Never mind, he does have a pretty good feat. But this guy doesn't scale anywhere. Because they were just training Ichigo.
Seriously.
And then he's trying to hold back against him so he doesn't destroy things.
Well, okay,
Grimjaw,
why
like,
is
he
Clyde
literally
bringing up
says
Shinji?
I don't know.
Why
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
is he bringing this up?
He's saying that, like, bro, the aspects make them seem stronger, bro. Like, or the aspects give them like characteristics. He doesn't even know about how it gives them conceptual manipulation, but whatever, bro.
The video
Whatever.
is not. You're not going to expect what happens next. Is all I'm going to say. It's going to be very,
Okay.
very interesting.
All right.
Also keep up with Shinji.
Let's just keep our voices
down.
down.
Use his Regeneration to take him seriously. I don't believe that Shinji is a good opponent for Grimjaw, in the sense that if he uses his inverted world ability, there's no way that Grimjaw's going to beat this. He's just not the kind of character that would work well against this. But when it comes to actual power and speed, a lot of people really sleep on Grimjaw. I feel like he truly is a lot stronger than just a rank of 6, and in the future I'll get into that, but it's just
Yikes.
more and more evidence to go towards what I was arguing.
He
That's the
has a
aspect
6
that
on him, for
gives
fuck's
Espada
sake!
Very unique characteristics in battle. You've also got to consider, well, yeah, Grimjaw kind of does fight Ichigo a lot, and Ichigo is pretty damn strong, so it does make sense what I'm spitting here. Anyway,
No, it doesn't.
Yami, pretty much like the elephant Fruction man, who I don't know what his name is because I don't really care. Seems to be quite slow with his size, just like him, and because of his bad defensive control with spiritual pressure.
No, he isn't. Yami isn't slow. He's actually strong, faster than all the Espada.
He sometimes gets cut by enemies that he should easily be able to not only block, but blitz and one-shot with seriously ease. Even still, though, his...
What? He should be able to stop and blitz and one-shot this Ichigo? Why?
He's on man,
Hold
I
up.
don't know what his name is because I don't really care. Seems to be quite slow with his size, just like him, and because of his bad defensive control with spiritual pressure, he sometimes gets cut by...
Why?
Okay, when he said, okay, he's not even being cut by that Ichigo right now.
Yeah.
Ichigo just blocked him. Like, do you see a scratch? Do you see any blood on Yami's hand in that image?
Literally just
Why are you
on his
showing this?
hand. And then he goes into Bankai.
guys,
The
guys.
freak.
Can't you see that small little paper cut on his hand?
God damn.
and gave Kenpachi and Yami trouble. Kenpachi claims it was a boring fight, but actually took damage, and this is evident by their clothing after the fight, along with complimenting one of his heroes. So it's kind of contradictory to be like, oh yeah, the fight was boring, but I feel like it's just...
Kenpachi thinks it's boring because he can't 1v1 him!
He kept stressing that they need to finish the fight because, you know, Yami's gonna get too big and it's gonna be a problem to dissect and so on and so forth. Some tries to overhype Yami to a super high degree due to him fighting Kenpachi. However,
really
Kenpachi
now
never had trouble with any of his previous opponents, so there's no indication Kenpachi ever tapped into his true power during this battle. Now, this should really go without saying, but this tends to be a pretty common argument that I see from Noyatora and Yami fans, where on the Noyatora side they say,
oh,
Noyatora
really?
Kenpachi, so he clearly scales above Yami, and then on the other side they'll say, oh well, you know, Yami fought against a stronger Kenpachi, so he's fighting against full power Kenpachi, right? And it's like, no, because Kenpachi never tapped into his actual true potential.
So okay, let's go over some stuff. Let's firstly go over some stuff. Let's firstly go over how actually go on, Prideful. Go on.
Noons. When he brought that up, I just thought, wait, is he still butthurt after that debate he had with you?
Yo, I don't know. Who knows? Regardless, though, firstly, Kenpachi and Byakuya, where's the scan of them being hurt?
To be like, oh yeah, the fight was boring, but I feel like it's just a post evident by their...
Yeah, right here. This man, Kenpachi and Byakuya, right here. These two right here. They nearly died. They are badly injured. Literally said right here in your scan. They're badly injured. And in Unmasked, it literally says they were working together unconsciously. They were teaming up. When Kenpachi attacked, Byakuya attacked. They attacked at the same time. They were unconsciously working together. And they were badly injured. And Yami could have gotten stronger. It's crazy to slander. It's crazy.
You know why? You know why Kenpachi thought it was a boring fight? Because he could not 1v1 him.
Yep.
Kenpachi hates teaming up, but he had no choice. Otherwise, he was gonna die. And he just had his little moment with Noitora like an hour ago in universe, just like,
oh my god, he's
maybe I shouldn't be fighting to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for this right here, like the people that say this for Kenpachi, yeah, Yami fought a stronger Kenpachi. Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally how that works. Yami is stronger.
So far.
So, well, okay, that's gonna come up, but that's quite literally how Kenpachi works, bro. Like, I don't know why you didn't show the other scan. Probably because it diminished your point and showed how dumb this is. But every time Kenpachi nearly dies, he gets stronger. He gets stronger by nearly dying. He gets stronger by fighting. Kenpachi got stronger. And even by fighting Yami right here, he got even stronger because he was badly injured and nearly died.
Oh, well, you know, Yami fought
Crazy.
against a stronger Kenpachi,
no.
he's fighting against full power
The people
could
that
get
say
this.
this are correct. Absolutely.
Kenpachi, right? And it's like,
No,
because Kenpachi
hold
never
on,
tapped into his
it's
actual
like-
true potential power anywhere in the story until the war arc, and Hana does stress that,
Hold-
you
hold
should
on, to
never
get-
have
Can't read.
trouble
Hold up,
with
hold up. Noons,
What?
Kagetsuchi had something to say.
Did I miss?
Man.
You missed this video, half of it, where he's trying to say Yami isn't the strongest
That's a whole different
Espada.
animal to deal with, but you know what I mean. I mean, it even goes so far that some people will say, "Oh, well, Noyatori's got the hardest hero," and it's confirmed by his word of mouth. So I mean, clearly he has the the best durability of the Espada.
It is confirmed by the guide, so by Tight Kubo himself. No, he can't take any attack, but this shows that you don't know how Hiero works. Is this is how you're attacking this argument? You're still mad at the parrot argument, and you're still mad that you lost. Attack the argument properly. People already know the debunk. What are you doing?
Espada have been hit by, or they're thrown at each other and stuff like that. And then my reply is like, "All right, so yeah, why did Nell blitz and cut Noyatori when she wasn't even a full power and she was in her base form?" I want to
That's a terrible counter argument, bro. Why didn't Nell blitz and cut him? Terrible argument.
She was getting
is how,
weaker over time. That doesn't matter.
that's not even the response. Yang is retarded as well. Dude. Ichigo
wasn't she
cuts
losing Ryatsu because of the
Yami's
crack on her skull?
arm. Hold up, no. That's not what I mean. I mean that
Okay,
Hiero
I think I
sucks.
misheard this argument.
No,
Oh.
I'm saying the reason why Hiero sucks. He's saying it sucks because Nell blitzed and cut this man. That's not why
Okay,
Hiero
but
sucks. You know the
the video was
argument,
a bit-
Yang.
Okay, the video was a bit quiet on my end, so I didn't quite get what he said.
Nah, bro, but Yang, say it. You know exactly
So,
what's wrong with this right here. You know exactly
yeah.
what's wrong with this.
It's just like it's like just being born with armor.
Actually, hold on.
Like,
Ichigo cuts Yami's arm in half. He cannot do that to Ukiura.
If Hiero equals durability, then how come Ichigo was able to, cut Ukiura's chest open at the beginning of their fight, when they were both in their quote base forms, but then Ichigo's Getsu can't do shit to Ukiura's resurrection?
The example I'm gonna bring up is very nerdy, but look, I don't know, in the animal kingdom you have sharks that basically have yarrow, exactly like they just have hard skin. So and they're not the strongest, right? I know it's nerdy, but yeah, that's the best example in real
That
life.
is a spoder ass example, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's a spoder ass response.
Indication that Kenpachi ever tapped into his
Animal
in either of those two battles.
predators
Any
also
argument
have it in the animal kingdom.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Actual
We're
position
talking over the
that
video.
Yami was probably facing in the battle against Kenpachi is that he was probably facing Kenpachi at an actual indication. All right, so yeah, why did Nell blitz and cut Noyatori when she wasn't even a full power and she was in her base form? I want to say one more time, there is zero indication that Kenpachi ever tapped into his true power in either of those two battles.
So I'm not about to have this man lie on the narrative of Bleach and blatantly just make characters worse. Okay. Prideful, look away from the screen. Look away from the screen. All right. I'll tell you when it's safe to look at the screen. All right. This is 1,000-Year Blood War spoilers. Everybody, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I'm about to tell you the scan that CLYDE doesn't want you to know about. I'm about to tell you the scan he don't want you to know about. You unconsciously suppressed and sealed your powers in a deep, dark place. As if to match mine, I was disappointed with my own weakness that drove you to suppress your powers. But one day I realized every time you brush death against a powerful enemy, you began removing the feathers you put on yourself, that you were returning to who you once were. Guess what Kenpachi this is? Guess what scan this is, dog? Guess what scan this is? Guess what fight this is? Hold up. Clyde, I caught you in 4K, Clyde. Clyde, I caught you lying in 4K. Clyde. Clyde. What are we gonna do about you, Clyde, man? Oh boy. Well, let's look. Let's look.
You're good.
Cause wait, hold up.
uh,
It's so good. Cause look at the scan, bro. Hold up. This right here is right before the scan. And you show the scan that's right. You showed the scan that's right next to this, bro. Hold up. This right here. Hold up. That was Kenpachi getting hit. Right there. You saw the damage. Hold up. Where's the actual frame of Kenpachi? I know it's around here somewhere. Let's get the actual frame. You saw the damage. You saw why his face is like that. Hold up.
You
Bro,
safe to look at the screen now?
Oh, yeah, it's safe to look at the screen. I'm sorry, Prideful. Hold up. I think was he looking up at Yami? Or was it when Yami tried to interrupt, bro? Hold up, bro. I apologize, bro. I don't remember all of the scenes off the top of my head. I'm the god of Bleach, but I'm not that much of a god. All right, buddy. I'm still human, bro. I'm not Kratos. All right, I'm not Kratos. Yeah, look how busted up. Bro, where is the scan I'm looking for, bro?
Up. I think you just scroll past it. Scroll up. Was that? No, not quite.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all know it's in here, bro. I want to catch this man in 4K, though, bro.
What?
It's
I can't hear
somewhere.
you.
You think you can still do it today?
Well, I think we're going to watch a Bleach episode, so probably
We are gonna
after
watch the
we do
Bleach
that.
episode. Homies, join the Discord. Don't be a Spurg though, cause I don't tolerate like y'all debate goon Spurgs, bro. Have social skills. I don't care.
Social skill is very important. Social skill, and to any debate goons out there, social
There
skills
it
actually make you
is.
better.
There it is. Caught you lying in 4K. 4K.
But yeah. Also, to any debate goons out there, social skills actually make you better at debating, since people will actually want to debate you.
Yes, that is true. But yeah, we caught you lying in 4K.
That he was probably
Clyde.
facing Kenpachi at the passive level of two-handed Kenpachi, because as each battle would go by with Kenpachi, he would slowly get further and further back to his original state of power, and this was showing he was getting stronger as each battle went on. It's like, oh, he went from below Captain Ichigo with a power up from Zangetsu versus Noyatora. That's a pretty big leap in power. And then he's fighting people in the Fullbring arc that are meant to be pretty strong and so on, and he's fighting Vasto Lordes in the novels, which I'm only giving credit here to the novels, but he's showing further consistency that Kenpachi's going up in power on a linear scale and getting closer and closer as each battle goes on, and he fights stronger opponents, so he has to up the scale with his power. He can actually stop limiting himself, etc. This would make sense. Although he has his eye patch on, he's still keeping up with the
just
0S5,
rushed off
which means that
a
his
Fullbring
normal
arc
power
like
now is always at
nothing.
that level of the Kendo Strike, so it makes sense. Plus, he was actually healed, so Bleach characters do get Zenkai boost and become stronger after each battle. This is a pretty commonly known thing in the series.
So why isn't Kenpachi just slapping?
Too.
Like, why isn't he just dogging these characters? You're conceding that he's stronger. I don't know why you're just mentioning Vasta Lorde. Like, this man doesn't surpass Aizen in this blatantly, bro. He can't be sensed by Azashiro, the guy that literally his Zanpakuto was like, let's steal the Hogyoku and rip out this man Aizen's nails. Sir, he's stronger than Roka that perfectly recreates Mugetsu. Sir. He can't be sensed by Azashiro, dog. Bro, he's stronger than Sion Grants, dog. Sion Grants gets hit while dying. He's on his Ukiura. He's dying, turning to Reishi dust. He gets hit with a perfectly recreated Mugetsu and doesn't die. Put some respect on Kenpachi's name, bro. Put some respect on it.
Eye patch on, he's still keeping up with the number 0 Espada. It means that his normal level of power now is always at that level of the Kendo Strike, so it makes sense. Plus, he was actually healed, so Bleach characters do get Zenkai boost and become stronger after each battle. This is a pretty commonly known thing in the series too. This actually isn't a bad thing for Yami
What
either.
is
What it
this
shows is that, well,
argument?
Yami in his first release, and then obviously his second, he's keeping up with Kenpachi, who every strike has the power of the Kendo Strike that he used to finish off Noyatora. And that strike pretty much, like, it went from their sort of base forms being somewhat relative-ish to, then he goes release form and he's on Kenpachi, and then Kenpachi's like, and then he hits him like he's a fly on the wall, so pretty good for Yami. You gotta consider that Kenpachi potentially tapping into his full power, it's the thing that Aizen was anticipating during his contingency plans, and it would make sense that he prepared an ace in the hole being Yami, trapped half of the Shinigami in Hueco Mundo, and Yami, whose aspect of death revolves around rage, was secretly the number 0, plus can seemingly not only get larger with rage, as noted by Chad himself and Mayuri, but also stronger. You've also got to keep in mind that Aizen was so in-depth about his planning when it comes to all of his contingency plans and all the things he was going to do for this entire war with Shinigami, that when he created Wonderwise, which its whole purpose, right? Wonderwise's whole purpose was set just to steal Yamamoto's Ryujin Jaka. Aizen does something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Now, some people think that him removing Wonderwise's speech, his memory, and every other sort of cognitive function was done out of evilness. Like he's just trying to create this drone, which it's only supposed to be a drone, which was just sent in there to take out Yamamoto and his ability.
I don't know,
Please
bro.
pause it. Dude.
Okay, any of you who thinks that, you're wrong. It's the price he had to pay to gain the ability to suck up fire-based abilities.
Dude. That's not the worst thing that he said so far. Did any of you pick up on him saying, yeah, Kenpachi now can passively swing as hard as he could with 2 hands, now with 1 hand?
Yeah, obviously he's a lot stronger, but like I think we already addressed that. Like he says, he even himself says they get Zenkais, bro. He's saying that, bro. He goes from fighting like.
The argument literally can't make sense. How does he randomly get harder with 1 hand than he does with 2? It's not saying he got stronger by his Zenkai to do that. He's saying he can just do that now. That means his 1 arm is stronger than 2 arms.
Interesting point that you bring up. But this is what
he does. He removes all of these cognitive functions from Wonderwise because he wants to make sure that Wonderwise is absolutely as strong as possible by focusing all of the Hogyoku's ability onto his physical attributes and ability to seal Yamamoto's Ryujin Jaka. That's what he actually was trying to do. If you remember in the Ukiura fight against the Vasto Lorde, Ukiura states that if you sacrifice certain parts of yourself, it can amplify your true power. Now, some of the Espada discarded their ability to heal to gain strength. Ukiura was so powerful, and this is crazy with him, is that he actually dedicated some of his power to regeneration, whereas he could have actually gotten rid of some of the regeneration ability and became even stronger, which means we haven't even seen full power second release.
When was it ever stated?
That's the same with Wonderwise. Aizen was really in depth about all of his planning. So Wonderwise.
When was what's?
When was it ever stated if Ukiura sacrifices regen, he would have gotten stronger?
Well,
no.
Ukiura himself says it. Like,
yeah.
The Espadas sacked their ability to regenerate for more power. He just chose not to do that. Honestly, a dumb move on his part.
Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It's Noitora still has regen.
He could have been another exception. There could just be an ability unique to his resurrection.
That's his resurrection. Yeah, that's what his resurrection gives him. Like
Wait,
he's able
what?
to grow.
This is normal holo regen.
No, he's able. Dude, hold up! I'm literally explaining. Shut the fuck up. Why do you think that Noitora has freaking swords in his arms? Those aren't normal arms that he's growing. Like he has swords in them.
Oh.
Like if it was normal regen, it'll be like this, like how Ukiura is just bringing back his arm. Like Noitora is like he has swords in him, his junk, bro. He was bringing out more swords, and they weren't like just like racy created swords. They were swords, bro. He just bring them out.
I can see your point.
Yeah,
I just never understood that point into now. I never remembered him saying that.
Well, it's not like the Espada don't have regeneration. It's just that like most of it's just been sacked just so they can get a lot more powerful. Not a bad trade-off in my opinion. Like they still have regen, so I don't see the problem. Ukiura still died.
I understood that argument. Thank you for explaining it to me.
Yeah. So like Ukiura is a bum for doing that because he just died because that man couldn't regenerate fast enough. That man got blown up.
Straight up, if he sacked his regen, he could have boxed up Vasto Lord at Ichigo, if not just outright kill him.
Yep.
Yeah,
depending on how big of an amp that is, you know.
You're up to something, yeah. You're up to something.
Some of his power to regeneration, whereas he could have actually gotten rid of some of the regeneration.
Ukiura might not have been the 4th Espada if he did that.
That's crazy to think. Now, that's the same with Wonderwise. Aizen was really in depth about all of his planning. So, Wonderwise, trapping half of the Shinigami in Hueco Mundo, Yami, Ukiura having multiple release forms, even if Ukiura claims he doesn't know, chances are he probably did that on purpose and goes with Yami's second form. And the rankings in general having, a secret rank of 0 to 9. Just some things to consider that I really wanted to add into this video because it's pretty important. A lot of people don't talk about this stuff. Unlike Ukiura, Yami does not make the others located below the canopy of Lost Noches react the same way to his power and does not cover the entire battlefield with alien-esque heavy spiritual pressure, which is compared to an ocean above the sky. His only form of healing too seems to come from his transformations, whereas Noitora and Ukiura can heal at will. A lot of people actually argue as to whether or not Yami's final form is actually a Resurrection, but does it truly matter at the end of the day because it's clearly a new form and he gets a huge power up when he goes into it. If you want to call
these aren't forms. This is his ability that makes him bigger. Yes, he gets bigger and he gets stronger. Like it's not a new like I don't get this, bro. It's like saying that like Ichigo as he holifies more, like when he was training with the visors,
Separate
how he was
transformations.
yeah, like all of those forms were separate transformations. I'm like, no, he was just holifying more, bro. What are you talking about?
Actually, no. Ichigo goes Hollow Form 1, Hollow Form 2, then Hollow Form 3.
No, Hollow Form 1.1, Hollow Form 1.15.
Yeah, bro. Then Ichigo just starts branching out. Like, you remember where Ukiura came from in his backstory, bro? That like just like all those white hollows, bro. That just starts happening to Ichigo, bro. He just starts branching out, bro. That's just the next step, bro. That's his
Fresh
next.
is 1.32, which is uber strong but super slow. Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Also, don't forget, Vasilode might be Hollow 4.
Just patch notes.
It's like it's a transformation, he gets stronger. What's the difference? There aren't a lot of things to really say about Yami, other than he has the potential to be one of the most dangerous Espada with time, due to him essentially being Bleach's Incredible Hulk, and some people might say that's Kenpachi, but in truth, it should be Yami because, you know, his power is rage, just like, you know, Hulk, so, you know, it is what it is. But if the battle doesn't go for a long time, he simply gets blitzed by the likes of Stark, Baragon, maybe Regeneration, Harley-Bell, and most definitely Ukiura, who keeps him in check and knows about how his form works and his first release, which requires Yami to eat and rest to perform a full release. The only Espada who needs to do this. So how does he actually match up against Stark, Baragon, and Ukiura? Requires Yami.
He doesn't know about his release. I don't know what you're talking about. He knows about Era. He doesn't know about his like release. I know what you mean. Like what he's talking about for like when he gets like this, Yami's 2 times bigger. That's what he's talking about. That's what his ability is. His ability is Era.
To eat and rest before full release. The only Espada who needs to do this. So how does he actually match up against Stark, Baragon, and Ukiura? Well, I don't really think that Harley-Bell is a good matchup for Yami, like I sort of hinted at before. I think that the problem would be she'd just eventually get overpowered and just one-shot. I can see her dying in a really brutal way to Yami, so I'd probably say the perfect scenario for her would have to be that she starts off in Resurrection and goes all out against Yami, cuts off some limbs, and then beheads him, but I don't even know if she'd really be able to do that, because if Yami gets angry all through the battle, he probably would flex and, you know, surprise her and just kill her. So
dude, she can't even damage him.
Blitzes him as he's considerably faster than Yami, and if he's in
no
Regeneration, he can potentially atomize him with Zero bullets pretty quickly. His speed scales directly to Shunsui, and we know how fast Shunsui is, you know, he's even hyped up
what does Shunsui
by
do?
Yamamoto, and he really likes how good his flash step has gotten. But Stark does downplay his own power by claiming holified visors could tank his attacks, and we're actually strong. These are his words, not mine. Think about this as an example, okay? Just to sort of put his perspective. Only one first release Zero from Ukiura pretty much almost killed holified Ichigo, and this was Ichigo while he's facing Ukiura. He's not getting hit off guard. It's completely, you know, he's got his composure, his swords ready. I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, Ukiura actually describes to Ichigo, you know, he's doing this whole monologue thing where he's like, you know, gain your composure, get in your stance, be prepared, and then he's like, settle, and he just like deletes him, you know? And then when it comes to Stark,
Yeah, and he didn't do a Getsuga Tensho in response to that. If he did, he would have been a lot better, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like on some like Shinji and Grimjow stuff, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I think it would have been fine. Like that Lonza that like he used against Ichigo. Like he deflected that with his Getsuga Tensho. I'm like, mesh around Ichigo.
Oh, you mean the mini ones?
Yeah, when Ukiura tried to decapitate Ichigo, he used the Getsuga Tensho to block it. So I don't know, bro. Ichigo uses the Getsuga Tensho, bro. I don't know, bro. That man might just get like, my arm got kind of burnt. Dang. That hurt a little bit. I don't know,
which
bro.
uses a different form of energy. It actually appears as a blue flame. These attacks, grabbing onto visors and biting them and then exploding on them, like, you know, perfectly point blank. They couldn't take out visors who were intimidated by the deformed version of white. And they get hit by these attacks more than once, along with Shunsui
Didn't they say they were out of the fight after that?
being shot directly in the back by a Zero gun, and even he survives it. In fact, he actually survives the attack so well that Lisa comes over to Shunsui when he's on the ground.
And like I believe, like, honestly, like what, 15 maybe 20 chapters before this, Ukiura is saying that, oh, Ichigo's power is fluctuating. At certain points it's higher than mine. Where is that coming from? White. Very weird that you're like trying to use this as like like a bad argument.
Wouldn't that
don't
make
get
the
it.
visor stronger than Ukiura?
I don't know.
Shot directly in the back by a Zero gun, and even he survives it. In fact, he actually survives the attack so well that Lisa comes over to Shunsui when he's on the ground, and she's like, "Why are you playing dead?" And what makes it even more weird is that this is Shunsui after he, you know, got angry and tried to avenge Ukitake. Like, his character is he's a rat. I like Shunsui, but he's actually a rat. Now, when it comes to second form, Yami matching up with Stark, I believe that he should be able to tank every attack from Stark, so that's pretty much his win condition. What's going to happen is that he's going to get so angry and so large that there will be no way, especially with the linear scale of the Espada being 0 to 9, that Stark can harm Yami at this stage, because his spiritual pressure is going to get too high, so his defense is going to be even better. Even if he can't control his defense properly, it'll passively get to a level where he can't be harmed. His Zero is going to have more firepower than Stark's, and the only downside is just going to be his speed, but it's like, eventually if he lands one blow on...
Oh my god.
No, we're
He's
not gonna.
fast.
We're
They
not.
always
We're
say
not.
this man's
We're not
slow.
addressing that yet. We're not
Yami
addressing
will be
that
so
yet. We're
angry
not.
that
We're
he will
just.
keep either
Yeah, we're not
transforming or
addressing.
just getting
Okay,
too
okay,
strong
we wanted to say
to
something
So I want to say
funny.
once more to give Stark some credit, he should be able to blitz and atomize base form Yami, first release Yami, and then again second release it's going to come down to the fact that he just won't be able to injure Yami. That's just the truth. It's Yami's win condition, second release.
Wait,
Now, when
what?
it comes to Baragon, Baragon will definitely be able to kill Yami if the fight takes too long for him to get stronger than Baragon. But once his spiritual pressure becomes too strong, the Respiro will not work anymore on Yami. If you want a further explanation on Baragon, please watch my video on him along with my video that I made
No.
on Stark. The Stark
Higher
video was like 50
spiritual
something minutes. So if you want, like, a
pressure.
big juicy documentary on Stark. There you go. I worked really hard on that video. It took me around like 2 weeks to edit that thing. So please go check out those videos. I actually work really hard on my long bleach videos. And when it comes to Ukiyo
No.
Very bad video. Very bad video. I do not recommend.
Yami, well, Ukiyo narratively keeps him
I
in line.
don't
Doesn't seem to
recommend
fear his
any
first
of
release
his
or the
videos.
requirements to go into his release form because he actually knows about it. He's
Don't watch any of his videos.
Keeps him in line. Doesn't seem to fear his first
Like
release or
just
the
any of them.
requirements to go into his
He
release
always
form.
somehow manages to worm Ukiyo into them.
So please go check out those videos. I actually work really hard on my long bleach videos. And when it comes to Ukiyo versus Yami, well, Ukiyo narratively keeps him in line. Doesn't seem to fear his first release or the requirements to go into his release form because he actually knows about it. He seems to imply something like, Yami, you can be pretty annoying when you're in that state, but it's not like a fearful thing. It's just more of a, hey, Yami, be careful.
If he's talking about that being in that state, then why isn't he in Resurrection if that's the state he's talking about? And it's not him being twice as big. I don't
Ukiyo also
understand.
has better feats than his first release anyway, and has a hidden form that is so strong his number
Really? Better feats? That's a bold claim.
vanishes from his body. These number seals were also clearly designed by Eisen, so the fact that he can actually remove it is pretty interesting when you think about it, because even when Nell was AFK from combat for a really long time, her number never vanished. It actually just stayed on her body, so maybe
Is this guy?
there's an argument there. I remember James Hansen pointed that out to me years ago, and I was like, oh, that's actually pretty interesting, because if it was just a design choice, I understand the number would make Ukiyo
Yeah,
look ugly, but you
James
do need to keep in mind
Hansen.
the number did vanish, so
Wait,
it's pretty interesting.
what?
Yami changed from a 10 to a 0 when he powered up to a certain level. So
He
probably
brought
is
up
a
James
connection when it comes to power
Hansen
and those
for his
Ukiyo's
point.
speed, healing, and defense at the beginning of the battle also far surpassed Yami. Ukiyo fights
No,
Byakuya,
like,
Yami fights Byakuya,
what did he say to bring
Yami
up
and has nothing to indicate
James
his
Hansen?
skills to Yami.
The
Now, granted,
number
Byakuya did have to
thing.
protect Rukia and Hanataro, but the point is more so that's the caliber of character
He
Ukiyo
said,
was saying.
yeah, James Hansen
Beginning of
pointed
battle
out
also
that
fast past
Nell's
Yami,
number
Rukia,
didn't
but there probably
disappear.
is a connection
Because
between
those
power and
numbers
those
must be
skills.
pretty durable.
So, it's pretty interesting. Yami changed from a 10 to a 0 when he powered up to a certain
Damn,
level. There probably
guess
is a
she's the
connection.
strongest.
Bro, I'm trying to
Number
hear
did
what he
vanish, so
said.
It's pretty interesting. Yami changed from a 10 to a 0 when he powered up to a certain level, so there probably is a connection when it comes to power and those seals. Ukiyo is speed, healing, and
He's the one who changes. He himself said it.
This man is brain
defense at the
dead.
beginning of the battle also far surpassed Yami. Ukiyo fights against White. Yami fights Byakuya, who was having trouble with Zolmari and has nothing to indicate his solo scales to Yami. Now, granted, Byakuya did have to protect Rukia and Hanataro, but the point is more so that's the caliber of character which Kubo was saying, okay, he's meant to be fighting a guy like him, who, yes, I know, Zolmari's pretty, OP for the fact that his ability is very hacks and he has one of the fastest base Espada sonidos. That's cool. But this is what the author is conveying through the scaling of the story. So again, Byakuya still doesn't have any scaling to imply he would be able to at this point. 1v1 Yami, especially in second form, makes no sense for the scaling whatsoever. You can also consider it this way, that if two hands doing the Kendo style for Kenpachi is giving Kenpachi an increase of power like this, Byakuya and Kenpachi fighting in sync would far surpass this feat. Example, Yamamoto believes that Shunsui and Ukitake as a synchronized team have transcendent battle capability, and he puts a lot of specification on this and pretty much implies you two as a team, when you fight together, are basically unstoppable. And he talks about them in a very proud way. Like, he actually finds that an impressive level of power. So obviously, Byakuya and Kenpachi fighting together in sync and using teamwork would make those two a very deadly team, let's be honest. I also want to say this too, and I sort of already did imply it, but Kenpachi can't really be scaled correctly in this arc anyway. There's a lot of really weird inconsistencies with his character, like, having a high patch on in the army battle, or, we just have to assume that he's always fighting passively in that Kendo level of power. I think it's the only thing that actually makes sense when it comes to the scaling, but narratively, Yami has the most potential to be the
What?
fighter and can be, but he's just too flawed as a fighter, and I think that
He's just-
the biggest mistake that Kubo made.
Nah, the video's already too long. We'll do it in a later. We'll do it later.
Fans that he truly is the strongest, and a lot of it's pretty much left up to our imagination. So it just sucks.
Oh, I think real quick, I want to say one more thing before we end this.
Nah, we have to let.
We can't even
Too
put
long.
on it because the way Uryu reacts to it is just ridiculous. Like, he's clearly shocked. Like, he's clearly saying this is the strongest thing that he's ever seen. And can you really imagine Yami surviving the Lanzano or Lampago to his face, especially if Uryu just sat at the other side of where
He's doing the can you really believe argument.
I can't imagine Yami surviving that, but again, what would happen is that Yami could eventually get strong enough to kill Ukiyo, so the win condition is this: if the battle goes too long, Yami wins, but if the battle is slow in any way from the first to second release, Ukiyo can still be fatal and too fast and have healing to destroy Mr. Yami. I've said this in videos before, but one of the craziest feats that Ukiyo has that no one pays attention to is when he's lying on the ground after he gets his inside slashed across by the Vaso Lorde. He's on the ground and the Vaso Lorde steps on his head, and he says, my life has no meaning now, so typical of a hollow to not have mercy, just finish me off. So what he does is Ukiyo, he's completely turned off his spiritual pressure, he's not defending himself, the Vaso Lorde goes bang with a Zero point blank at his body. Ukiyo survives this attack, regenerates his body, which, his insides are now gone, so that sucks. But then he's able to Sonic across.
Yeah, he survived for all of 2 minutes.
And, man, I don't know, that's a pretty good durability feat. You guys think, obviously
That's not a durability.
the attack still damaged him, but you gotta
That's
consider, Yami
not
doesn't have
durability. That's the ability to survive fatal injuries.
Actually, nah.
And even then, it was still fatal.
Also, based on his logic, of the Espada losing their numbers, Halibo would one-shot Yami. So you can't see the number in Resurrection.
Okay. So,
People really sleep on it.
Super
I
blatant
also want to add
because
a little
it's-
note here for Yami, just to make sure that they're actually vocalized in the video. Now, Yami actually, surprisingly, is pretty fast, because if he can scale directly to Byakuya and Kenpachi, which he does, that means he also scales to Uzumari, especially in his release forms, where his speed and power does increase, just like...
Then why'd you call him
He also
slow
scales so
earlier?
much in the world of the living that he immediately goes Bankai and highlights himself using Gente Kaijo, so yeah, Yami's actually pretty damn strong if he's doing that to even Toshiro. Anyway, guys, this video was proudly brought to you by my good friend Marino. Please kindly check out all of his links below. Without Marino, this video wouldn't have came out as fast as it did, so I want to give a really big thank you to him.
I think that's the end of the video.
Yeah, at the end.
Okay.
That was awful.
Okay.
I feel
Let's
bad for
discuss-
recommending that. I apologize,
Let's
guys.
It's
discuss.
disgusting in every way, man.
Let's discuss, homies. Let's discuss.
You see, Private, now, this
tattoo
this is a
point.
video
The fact
that
he actually
you
removed it is pretty
say.
interesting when you think about it, because even
Okay,
when Nell
so
was
hold up.
AFK from combat for a really long time, interesting, because
Get the fuck up, bro.
her number never
Hold
managed.
up.
Actually,
Number thing. Stupid.
Okay.
Stupid as freak, bro.
This is
Number
why I say
disappears,
Swag
and then it
Kage's
comes
video
back.
is fine.
If you don't remember,
Dude,
bro.
You
Hold
feel
up,
me?
bro.
What
Grim
does Swag
Zhao.
say?
Hold
Oh,
up, hold
Swag
up.
made a video
Stop
ranking
going
the
on
whole
irrelevant
ranking
tangents.
all the Kage level characters are all the Kage level
Hold
characters
up,
in
can I
Naruto.
not be heard,
He
bro?
brought up characters that are really underrated, like
I'm
Kaguya,
about to
Jubito,
be
Madara.
I'm
But like,
upset, homies.
it's
They couldn't
fine,
hear
man.
me.
Like for normies
Well,
out there,
Hey,
it's fine.
hey,
This
Dude, I don't think most
This is
normies
bad.
need
This is-
someone
Hey.
to tell them. I
Hey,
don't
wake
think most normies need someone to tell them
Hey,
that Kaguya is Kage.
niggas on Discord. Hey, can y'all hear me? I can't hear y'all. You see, this is the paradox. This is the paradox of humanity. I can hear now. Okay. The paradox of humanity
okay.
sucks. It sucks, Willie. So what I said is,
Oh, were you talking? We couldn't hear you before.
yeah. I had to come back from the outerverse, right? I had to come back from the outerverse. Had to I'm pretty sure OBS still working. It's whatever. Okay. Want to know what's so funny about this tattoo argument? Grimjow's tattoo disappears. What happens when he gets out of Resurrection? What happens?
It reappears.
Wow. Okay, let's move on. So Zomari, he is stated to be the fastest Espada. This is before our boy, Yami pops out with his ludicrousness and becomes the fastest Espada though. Bro, he tags the guy that blitzes the fastest Espada, dog. I don't know.
hands doing the kendo style.
He beat Byakuya's ass. He was almost dead.
Yep. As for Kenpachi,
Kenpachi is giving
Kenpachi is not inconsistent. Kenpachi fights Noitora. He gets stronger. He nearly dies. He gets Zenkai. He has something in his mind. He has mental barriers. That partially goes away after the fight. Therefore, Kenpachi is stronger. I don't know why I have to break this down bit by bit to show you this is just basic, bro.
Kenpachi
This is
Kage
basic.
as a synchronized team.
As
When I
well as
first
this
did
right
Bleach,
here.
I came to that
Sure,
conclusion.
I don't know why you're trying to overstate this though. Like teams, sure, bro, you're stronger. We see this in the Raid Garrick, sure, but you still getting dogged. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like if you want to say this, like, yeah, 1v1,
Yeah.
Kenpachi or Byakuya, both of them are losing to Yami. Sure, but you never said that in the video, so I don't know what's going on. As for Yami convincing people, bro, dude. If I'm just looking at it basically, bro, we have our boy Ichigo slam down Yami in his holification. He's at like half power. All right, cool. He gets healed. He nearly splits Aizen in half. You want to tell me that's not the strongest Espada, bro? That man got nicked by that. Come on, bro. If I can just head empty say that, these characters are too strong to be compared to like the other Espada, bro. Like you,
Dude,
like
I love.
I don't know, bro.
I love how CLYDE pulled probably the worst type of argument you can in these types of videos. Can you really believe Yami will take Alonzo Del Relampago? Do you really believe that can happen?
I do believe that.
Dude, that's not the worst thing about this video. He pulled out the characters don't get stronger over time argument. Oh, the what was the
He
other
pulled
argument?
that
The
to the
number argument,
extreme. He
and he pulled out
hold up.
the transcendence argument.
Let me
Not
catch
only that, but
catch this man in 4K real quick. Let me
hold
catch
on.
this man in 4K real quick.
Well, okay,
That this
let me
number
just say
stuff is
something real
stupid.
quick then.
Go on.
He says something like, "Oh yeah, people get stronger," and then he says it's very obvious, but he fails to realize that he's being a hypocrite, and basically says no one gets stronger. Which, huh? Do you not know what you're talking about, Clyde? Or do people get stronger or not? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Or just,
Yeah, go ahead.
you definitely know that he was too lazy to edit shit because, like, he said it at least once. I don't remember if he said it multiple times. He was on like, "Oh yeah, Yami's slow. He'll get blitzed." But then right at the very end, he's like, "Oh, actually, Yami's pretty fast."
Yeah.
Like, which way is it, Clyde?
Wanna know what's crazy? It's literally not that he's slow. It is that he has less range of motion. He has less mobility. He can't move around because he is really big. When he does move, he is just as fast. But because of his size, he can't move.
General physique.
Yeah.
Like, you really think that centipede ass body is going to be like jumping 1,000 feet to the left and right in a split second?
Dude, like, think about it like this. Soifon and Suzume Bachi. Because Suzume Bachi is smaller than Soifon, she was out here zooming across Soifon. But Soifon's bigger. So she's like, bro, freak. I can't get you. The smaller one's more mobile. This man is a huge, like, skyscraper. Bro, okay. So, as you can see, Grimmjow, no number.
He's like a skyscraper, and his legs are another skyscraper attached to it. Like, that is not a convenient just physique to be able to move around mobily.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's just very bad.
Also, what you brought about Soifon and yeah, we've met people that we've met people that don't think Bankai makes you all around stronger and faster. Mm-hmm. So you might want to look at that video.
Yeah, I'm going to need to.
Are we gonna cut the recording here?
No, I'm trying to
find. Or did you already do that?
Nah, I'm trying to find Grimmjow's freaking his tattoo. Was it at the back of his? I think it's at his back.
I think it was.
Do we see it?
No,
I think we see it in the 1,000-year blood work, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how Clyde managed to throw the transcendent argument, the number argument of the Espada, and the what was the other one?
Do you actually believe argument?
I know that one. The can you actually believe, and the characters don't get stronger throughout the series argument, all in one video. Like, that's 4 guaranteed hours right there on top of everything.
Bruh.
Like, Clyde expects people to take him seriously, yet he's making the transcendent argument.
Yep.
Remember argument. On top of that, according to him too, like, Kenpachi randomly can strike harder with one hand than with two, for some reason.
Oh yeah, because of how he's arguing it. Yep.
Oh, and yeah, Yami loses to Hollybo, Stark, and Berrigan. You give him enough time, but yet they don't have numbers, so shouldn't they just shit stomp him?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the easiest shit to debunk on the numbers disappearing argument is just like, okay, yeah, you don't see the numbers for like any of them.
Literally none of them.
Like, again, like Yami's like the only Espada, except maybe Noitora, who keeps his number in his resurrection.
Hey, I thought of a new.
I guess.
Hold on, I thought of an even worse argument. The Espada which keep their numbers are the strongest Espada, so Noitora and Yami are the strongest Espadas.
And Arnero, you can still see the 9.
Yeah, Arnero, Noitora, and Yami are the strongest Espadas.
It's time for the based.
Why does it sound more cursed if you do it the other way around?
Hey man, it's powerful.
Probably because
bro.
it involves Arnero in the strongest discussion.
Yeah. Arniero's a G. Nah,
Yeah, but also
Grimjow
don't
had the
make them-
drip on. Freak.
Also,
Man.
no, it makes it even worse when it comes to that CLYDE video. According to him, every single Espada one shots Yami. The video literally like contradicts itself every next argument.
Bruh, hold up. I'm out here fiending to find that scan, bro.
Man, know how I know? I think. Oh, did you guys hear this? Since I don't know if you heard it when he said it. He said people which make arguments different from mine are like noodles tier debaters or something like that, or noodle tier scalers.
Like he was like
Or
retarded.
something
or
on that
something,
line.
bro.
Yeah. Oh my
I don't
god.
think you're
that
going to
video.
see Grimjow in that video.
I saw him at the start,
Dude.
bro. Where did Grimjow go? Bro.
Well, any more than you already did. Like, okay, stop the recording.
Nah.
If you're gonna bring up anime clips that'll get your your channel striked,
Bruh.
cut the recording.
Man. This is very frustrating, bro. Frustration 1000. It's at his back, bro. They have their tattoos, bro. They have their tattoos.